And thanks for inviting us in on your Thursday night. It's now 11 o'clock. City leaders tell us the traffic deaths are finally falling. That's good news. But a new report from Vision Zero reveals many of Indy's deadliest roads are still too dangerous. Tonight, Alex Almanza explains why city leaders say the problem may be bigger than just bad drivers.
The thing is, the city of Indianapolis knows where these dangerous roads are. City leaders say that it takes time, it takes money to fix them, while advocates say that the city just isn't moving fast enough.
We can just simply accelerate that program, just continue.
The city's Vision Zero task force has one ambitious goal: to get traffic deaths and injuries to zero by 2035. Thursday, members released their first annual report. The big headline: 85 people died on Indy roads in 2025. But the city says that number is trending downward after traffic deaths peaked at more than 120 during the pandemic.
It's just a dedicated process where we're going to accomplish these goals, but it's going to take time as we have the resources to do them.
Just last year, the city adopted an action plan, a roadmap that leaders say will guide them to that zero goal. So far, it's hard to tell if the plan has had any impacts on this year's current numbers, which can actually be seen live via this dashboard just launched this week. The dashboard also shows high-risk areas and what leaders call high-injury networks.
Streets and corridors and intersections where there's a high propensity of crashes, there's a high propensity of drivers speeding, where there's a high propensity of those conflicts between pedestrians and vehicles.
But while the numbers look good on paper, bicycle and pedestrian deaths still make up more than 30% of last year's traffic-related deaths in Indianapolis. That's 1% higher than the last year. Andrew Riley bikes to work every day. He says the progress is great, but still runs into many obstacles.
I agree it's extremely difficult. The funding not being there, you can only do so much. I really think that we need to go after the low-hanging fruit, the things that don't cost money, right?
He says things like better communication and fines could discourage reckless driving.
The Vision Zero task force says that they're going to continue to implement quick build options such as bollards, barriers, and tactical urbanism projects. In the meantime, securing the funding for long-term projects is going to be the tricky part. In Indianapolis, Alex Almanza, 13 News.
Tonight, schools across the nation, including IU and Ivy Tech, are dealing with the fallout from a cyber attack on widely used classroom software. It's called Canvas. So tonight we know that IU is urging people not to log into Canvas using university credentials. Leaders at Ivy Tech confirmed the breach included names, email addresses, student ID numbers, and private messages. They tell us that Instructure, which is the company behind Canvas, found no evidence that passwords, dates of birth, or social security numbers were involved. A criminal extortion group claims to have stolen 275 million records. A ransom message warned a failure to pay could result in the release of billions of private communications between students and teachers. And the note appears to give Instructure until May 12th to respond. Now, we reached out tonight to several colleges across Indiana. A spokesperson for Purdue told us that cyber attack appears to have minimal impact on the university because Canvas is not the school's main learning management system, but they are completing a review just in case. You can read the school's responses as we get them tonight. You'll find them on WTHR.com.
We've had just a few showers this evening. Live Doppler 13 radar is relatively quiet. A little bit of light rain moving through Morgan County right over Martinsville, and some steadier rain into the northeastern part of the state, pushing east of Fort Wayne. This may bring a few sprinkles into Marion and Hartford City. As we look back to our west, some additional showers across parts of Illinois. Nothing strong, nothing heavy, nothing severe, but we will keep the chance of a couple of spotty showers in the forecast overnight and very early tomorrow morning. Additional rain chances possible late tomorrow, and then again on Mother's Day. I'll have that look ahead in just a few minutes.
Here's a look at the other stories making headlines right now. Tonight, Indiana Attorney General Todd Rokita announced he is suing Roblox and Discord. The lawsuit accuses those two companies of failing to employ sufficient protections against online predators. We've got statements from both of these companies pointing to their security systems and willingness to work with policymakers in creating safer online spaces. A 17-year-old tonight is charged after investigators say he planned an armed robbery and killed a 16-year-old on the east side of Indianapolis. DeMonte Satter was 15 at the time of the shooting back in December of 2024. Tonight he's facing counts of murder and robbery. Investigators say surveillance video and Instagram records led them to Satter. He's due in court tomorrow. The Clinton County Sheriff just resigned. This comes as Richard Kelly and his wife plead guilty to criminal charges in Clinton County. The Kellys faced official misconduct and conflict of interest counts after investigators say they misused jail funds. There will be a caucus to replace Richard Kelly. Sean Mayfield is the acting sheriff. Tonight, an IPS high school is getting national recognition. George Washington High School was just named a School of Promise by the National Institute for Excellence in Teaching. The principal expects to go from a 90% graduation rate to a 94% graduation rate in just 1 year.